Welcome back to another episode of NCAA Football 2006 in the SMU Death Penalty Dynasty. This is James coming back at you with more commentary. And the SMU Mustangs, your number one team in the country, 8-0 on the season, are hosting a Big 12 North divisional opponent, the Kansas State Wildcats. They're 4-4. They've been up and down, mostly down the past few years. You can see they're 3-2 in conference, not playing too poorly, but there have been years where they've been like a 2 or 3 win team. So Kansas State has really kind of struggled to get their footing here the last few years. This year, though, a little bit of improvement. Again, 4-4. The big thing with Kansas State is that they have a running back that's really, really good. And not only is he good, but he's the load. He's the offense. So Kansas State's going to run through him. They're pretty much a one-man team. Their defense is nothing spectacular, but they're going to try to run the football. They're going to try to shorten this game, and they're going to take advantage of their opportunities. We got through our 5-game stretch where we kind of thought, once we get past this, we should be in good shape. The rest of our games are at home, and we'll see what happens. Hawley's the running back. He's a good one. The quarterback, Roberts, is okay, but it's all about number 25 right here. Mr. Hawley, number 25. First carry of the game, doesn't get much. He actually loses a little bit there. So it's 3rd and 10. Kansas State trying to avoid a quick 3-and-out. High snap. Roberts fires deep downfield, and that is falling incomplete. So we get the ball back. Quick 3-and-out. We look great here so far. Going to go ahead and put any rumblings to bed about a possible letdown after the Missouri game, and we're on the roll. 2nd and 1 at our own 45. Clark shotgun rolls right. He's going to fire deep to Casimir Walker, who is not able to bring that pass in. He's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Nice hit by the strong safety there. Jakari Brown up the middle, picks up what he needs to pick up. First down, SMU Mustangs. 1st and 10 at our own 47. Shotgun. Clark left hash fires deep down the field. That one is a little bit out of play there, so a little bit of an overthrow. Going to bring up 2nd and 10. We get man coverage. We got Xavier Hart in the flat, and he's loose across midfield. 30, 25, 20, 15, and brought down at the 13-yard line, not before he picks up a huge chunk of yardage. And just like that, we're in the red zone. Option left. Clark pitches off. Jakari Brown finds the pylon. Touchdown, SMU Mustangs. We're on the board first. Looking good coming out of the gates. Running the ball well. Hit a couple of big passes. Just like that, we're up 7-0. Roberts going to go to work here. Shotgun fires right, incomplete. So Kansas State struggling to get going here a little bit early. 2nd and 10, delayed handoff to Hawley. He's up the gut across the 30, across the 40, across midfield. Do we have anybody that can catch him? No, we do not. That is a distance job. Touchdown KSU, touchdown Wildcats. Hawley finds the seam, and our secondary just was not fast enough to catch up with him. He goes 76 yards for the touchdown, and just like that, we had 4 plays where we looked great, and just like that, the game is tied. Now we're going to go deep to Josh Moore here on the right side. He brings in a big-time catch, 26 yards. So right now, the offenses are fired up. Big catch for Josh Moore, right around 41. Shotgun right hash. Clark surveys, looks, drops deep. Not able to find his receiver. Drayton Anderson not able to bring that pass in. So it's 2nd and 10 under center. Jakari Brown finds some space, but he fumbles the football. Kansas State scoops it up, and Young is loose across the 35 and down at the 32, brought down by Josh Moore. And boy, things get weird. They get weird quickly in this game. It looked like a pretty rudimentary carry here, but the impact linebacker makes a play, and they scoop it up and get a nice chunk back. Roberts on the shotgun, tries to tuck it, doesn't get much there. 2nd and 9, shotgun. Roberts surveys, looks, fires left, finds Holbert between 2 defenders, picks up a couple there. 3rd and 6, tight end set. Roberts rolls right, fires across his body, and that one's deflected away. Great job by the defense there. Kansas State can line up for a 49-yard field goal. Kick is up, and that is dead perfect. Nice kick there, and that's going to make this a 10-7 ball game in the favor of the KSU Wildcats. Clark fires right, goes right back to Josh Moore, picks up a couple. Looks like he picked up about 3. 2nd and 7. Clark under center, fires. Kansas State gets pressure, and they make the hit on the quarterback. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Clark under center, 3rd and 7. Looks, fires, going deep. Does he have his man? A little underthrown. Had to come back for that ball a little bit, and we have to punt the ball after a 3-and-out. I formation, Hawley up the gut, cuts back, picks up a few. You can see he's already got 84 yards on 3 carries. They're going to go right back to him in the ace formation. He finds a seam, and he's loose. 30, 20, 10-5, touchdown KSU, touchdown Kansas State Wildcats. Emaw, baby. Every man a Wildcat. Kansas State is up by 10 here on the road. Clark fires deep to Anderson. Overthrows him, but a little bit of contact. Maybe that free safety got to Anderson before the ball got there. That's what the refs decide. And that's pass interference, and that's 15 free ones for us. That puts us on the Kansas State 38. Shotgun Clark left hash. Looks, surveys, fires left. Chisholm makes a nice diving catch there. Picks up about 4, 2nd and 6. Clark takes a shotgun snap. Surveys, fires to the right. Has Drayton Anderson, who's able to bring it at that time. Tries to cut back. Does pick up a first down. 1st and 10 at the Kansas State 26. Shotgun Clark scrambles left, fires to Moore. He's got him wide open, but he just overthrows him. And there's a flag on the play anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. Quincy Adams with the holding call. So instead of 2nd and 10, it's 1st and 20. High snap on the shotgun. Clark fires left once again. Has his man in open space on the left side, but once again overthrows it. Under center, 2nd and 20. Clark fires short to Chisholm, spins upfield, picks up a couple, not a ton, gets down to the 31. 3rd and 15, shotgun snap. Clark looks, rolls right, fires deep into the end zone. Michael Chisholm, that is a touchdown. SMU Mustangs, we get back on the board. That's going to be pass interference on the Kansas State Wildcats, and it's 17-14. They go right back to work. Hawley throws it over the middle on the wide receiver option play, and Robinson's loose. 15-10-5, show it to him. Touchdown Kansas State, touchdown Wildcats. Hawley not only running the football, but throwing the football. Just hit a 60-yard touchdown pass. You see him roll right, fire over the middle. Robinson breaks a tackle, and there's nobody left. He's gone. An unbelievable first quarter here in Dallas. Kansas State, again, 4-4 on the season, puts up 24 points in the first quarter. It is 24-14 Wildcats after 1. We're going to get the ball back here. We got some work to do. 1st and 10 to our own 21. Shotgun snap. Clark rolls right. Survey fires. He's going to go for everything, and he's not able to connect the dots. In fact, it's intercepted by Thomas. My gosh, what is going on? Great return. Gets the interception all the way back to the SMU 40-yard line. And another instance where we give up a score and we go for everything and get nothing in return. You saw Drayton Anderson wide open coming over the right side there. Probably needed to check that one down and take what was there. Instead, we get the ball right back to Hawley, who busts a 20-yard run, and he's going to get the rest right here. Touchdown Kansas State, touchdown Wildcats, 31-14. The 4-4 Kansas State Wildcats have come to the home of the #1 team in the country, and they have put them on upset notice. Jakari Brown, nice juke across midfield, 40, 35, 30, and drug down at the 27. There's a response. Running back after an earlier fumble, finds a seam, makes a beautiful juke move, and turned on the burners. Big time gain to get the SMU Mustangs right back in scoring position after what has been a very rough few minutes. Clark drops back, fires to the right, has Michael Chisholm, who gets up and across the first down line there, across the 21st and 10 at the 17. Clark under center, fires left. Going to have Josh Moore. Nice pick up there. Looks like he picked up about 8 or 9. It's going to be 2nd and 2. Clark, man covered, Xavier Hart wide open. Touchdown Mustangs. 31-21, so we're trying to fight back from a 17-point deficit here in the first half. Again, their offense has done a fantastic job and has taken advantage of everything in their defense. Just forced 2 big-time turnovers. They're going to go back to work, and you know where they're going. They're going to Brennan Hawley, and he only picks up 1 that time, though. Shotgun, Roberts. Nothing there. Welcome to Coyote Brown. Big time for a sack. 3rd and 15. Can we get off the field here? Robert, shotgun snap, fires into coverage. Hit as he's thrown, and that ball is deflected away. The wide receiver thinks he could have done a better job there. I don't know if he could have, but we do get the ball back in a 3-and-out. We needed that one. Clark rolls way deep, fires deep. It's incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but Josh Moore did get both hands on it. 2nd and 10 at our own 41. Clark surveys. He's going to fire deep to Drayton Anderson. Did he get a foot down? He did not. 3rd and 10. Man covers. We're going to fire to Xavier Hart, who's across midfield. 40, 30, 25, and forced out of bounds at the 22. 3rd and 10, big time conversion. We get down to the 21. Clark under center. Surveys, looks, fires left directly to the DB. Made a great play on the ball there. Lucky that wasn't intercepted. 2nd and 10, we go option and get nothing. In fact, we're going to lose a couple there. 3rd and 11 at the Kansas State 22. Clark shotgun rolls right. Surveys, he's going to fire to the end zone for Moore, who brings it in, but does not bring a foot in bounds with him. So we have to settle for a field goal. Kick is up, and it's good. It was close. It was right inside the upright. We get 3 there. We needed it, and that does make it a one-score game. So it's 31-24. Kansas State goes back to work, doesn't get anything on first down, fires over the middle on second down, and Parks picks up a nice chunk of yardage there. 3rd and 2, A-set, tight end left. Brennan Hawley's not going to be denied. Nope. He bounces that outside across midfield and gets down to the 42-yard line. They have 205 rushing yards up the gut in this first half. Brennan Hawley's been an absolute menace, jack of all trades. He's looked absolutely spectacular. Not the best running back we've faced all season. Boy, if he's not, he's probably number 2. He's been fantastic. A-set, pitch left to Hawley. This one's eaten alive by Barksdale. Great play by the kid from Iowa. 3rd and 15. Can we get off the field? Roberts shotgun gets hit as he throws, and that ball is deflected away. Great job by Chris Barrett playing defense there, and we get a chance. Clark rolls right, fires deep to Josh Moore. Big time play. That gets us out of the shadow of our own goal line, and we're at the 42. We needed a chunk there as the clock winds down in this first half. Clark rolls left, fires, has Moore in stride, gets across midfield down to the K-State 43-yard line. Clock is ticking. Clark shotgun rolls right. Survey's going to throw it off his back foot, and that one was not going to be complete. 2nd and 10, we go short to Chisholm. Chisholm picks up about 5. 3rd and 5, 43 seconds to go. We're at the Kansas State 38. Clark shotgun, surveys, throws deep, and he has got Michael Chisholm. Touchdown, SMU Mustangs. Michael Chisholm gets behind the DB, with the safeties late getting over, and Michael Chisholm has been making big play after big play this last month and a half. Another big one for him, and that one ties this ball game. We are tied at 31 at half. We were down 31-14. We've scored 17 in a row, and we even this thing up, and we get the ball coming out of the second half. We fire deep to Chisholm, but that one is an overthrow. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10 at our own 20. Right hash, Clark under center. Fires to the right hash. Chisholm cuts upfield. Picks up a nice chunk there. Picks up about 7. 6. Brings up 3rd and 4. Clark scrambles left. He's going to throw the ball deep to Michael Chisholm, who brings it in and gets hit as he catches the football, but he brings it in nonetheless. Big time play. We fire to the right. Josh Moore breaks a tackle, tries to break another one, but still drags a defender and ends up picking up a nice chunk of 8. Under center, we hand the ball off. Jakari Brown has space. 35-30. Tries to juke and get across the 30 down to the 28-yard line. 29. Under center, Clark taking his time, takes the snap, surveys, fires left, going back to Josh Moore. He's not able to bring that one in. That one was underthrown just a touch. 2nd and 10, under center. We're going option left. Clark has room, pitches it off late. Jakari Brown jukes inside, and the defender takes him down by the face mask. That's going to be a personal foul, and that's going to take us all the way inside the 10-yard line, and we are threatening to take the lead back in this game after being down 31-14. Clark surveys, fires short, has Casimir Walker, spins upfield, and gets across the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal at the 4. Clark surveys, looks, has Xavier Hart wide open in the flat. Touchdown, SMU Mustangs. Let him know, Xavier. Wide open. You are just dangerous in space, baby. 38-31. This has been a roller coaster of a game so far, and we got a long way to go. Hawley takes the snap, not able to get much there, had to cut back against the grain, picks up a couple there. Actually, picks up 1. 2nd and 9, gets the rest right there. No problem. Brennan Hawley gets across the 35 down to the 37-yard line. They're going right back to him. Nope, they're going to go play action. Roberts surveys, throws deep. Great play by the DB, Isaiah Johnson, because if he doesn't, that's 6 points. 2nd and 10, I formation, tight end left, hand up the gut to Hawley. Hawley does a nice job cutting back. He picks up what he can there, picks up 7. Goal line set. They're going to go right back to the man. Hawley goes up the gut and just on sheer will picks up a first down, keeps the chains moving. They pitch the ball back to Hawley, who throws it back to Roberts, and we're able to haul down the quarterback for a loss on the game, but they go back to that halfback option play. This one doesn't come up with the goods. Xavier Franklin, you can tell, is going for the strip here, but is not able to strip it out. Still a 2-yard loss. Ace formation, little counter play to Hawley, gets right, finds the edge, and nearly gets all the 12 back, picks up 11. It's going to be 3rd and inches. Goal line set. They're going to go right back to Hawley, who cuts left, finds the edge, and picks up a first down. Nice looking run. 1st and 10 at the SMU 40. Play action. Roberts surveys, looks, throws deep into double coverage, and that one is knocked away. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. I formation, tight end right, hand up the gut to Hawley, breaks a tackle. Picks up 3 or 4, keeps him on schedule. 3rd and 6, pro set, right side, pitches right, finds the edge, and picks up about 5 of it. Going to bring up about a 4th and 1. I suspect they're going to go for this. They probably should go for this, and they are. I formation, tight end set. Hawley breaks a tackle in the backfield, and he gets stuffed at the 31. We finally come up with a stop on Brennan Hawley. Thank the maker. We get the ball back. We go right over the middle to Josh Moore, who picks up a nice chunk of yards there. After an offside, it's going to be 1st and 5 at the K-State 46. Clark rolls left, fires, has Josh Moore wide open, 35-30, 25-20, stays in bounds and gets all the way down to the 16-yard line. Great individual effort by Josh Moore here. Looked like he could have been out closer to the 25. Picked up another 10 just by tiptoeing. You see it there, you see it there. Great looking play. We're in field goal range. We're up a touchdown as we head to the 4th quarter with a 38-31 lead. Can we expand this lead and put away this pesky Wildcat team? Shotgun snap. Clark left hash, fires left, tries to go back to Casimir Walker, who's not able to haul that in. 2nd and 10. Man coverage. We got Xavier Hart. You've seen it before. You'll see it 1,000 times. When it's there, we take it. Xavier Hart, touchdown. SMU Mustangs. We get him out in space. Xavier Hart's too hot to handle. They don't have the speed at linebacker, and we take a 45-31 lead. We have scored, 31 points in a row. We were down 31-14, so we're in complete control. We're in great shape. 31 in a row. They're not going to do anything to us. They go right back to Hawley. A set, handoff, breaks a tackle here. Does not get much, but they are committed to giving him the football. 2nd and 8. Pitch the ball off to Hawley. We missed the tackle in the backfield. He throws again and finds Robinson again. This time they get across midfield. He's their best passer. He has 3 completions. Their quarterback has 3 completions in this game. I formation, tight end right, pitch Hawley. He's going right back to it. He's got Robinson again. This time across the 35, 266 rushing yards, 108 passing yards. I formation, Hawley up the gut, picks up a few there, going to bring up a 2nd and manageable. 2nd and 6, shotgun direct snap to Hawley, makes 2 guys miss, 10-5, touchdown Kansas State. Brennan Hawley will not let this team go down lying. He's been fantastic today. He has been a one-man show, not only running the football, but throwing the football as well. And it's 45-38 here in the 4th quarter. We take a shot deep, and we're not able to connect the dots with Casimir Walker. Looked like a drop. That would have been a big one. After a false start at 2nd and 15. Shotgun snap, roll right. Eric Clark fires deep, and that one's overthrown. Chisholm not able to catch the ball off of the deflection. Going to bring up 3rd and 15. Clark, shotgun, right hash, fires. He's going for everything. Can he find his man? He cannot. We have a quick 3 and out. We have to give the ball back to Kansas State. Shotgun snap. Roberts finds Robinson. The TP misses everybody. 10-5. Would you believe it? Touchdown Kansas State. Just when they look dead and buried, they come back out. Back-to-back touchdowns with a 3 and out sandwich in between. We are tied at 45 with 3:27 to go. We've got to make it happen now. Clark's going to scramble to the right and gets a nice chunk of yardage there. Picks up about 14 or 15. 1st and 10 at the 35. Jakari Brown bounces that outside, cuts up a little bit and picks up a first down. Picks up a nice rush at 10. 7 carries, 118 yards. Option left. Clark has space to operate. Pitches it off to Jakari Brown, and he gets all the way across the Kansas State 40-yard line. The clock is ticking. We are at 1st and 10 at the K-State 39. We look, fire, throw short. And Chisholm does a great job, A, getting yards, and B, staying in bounds. The clock runs, he picks up 7. Xavier Hart out of the flat, 25-20, and dives down to the 15. No funny business. When you go down in college, the play's dead. And when that happens, they can't strip the football. Jakari Brown breaks a tackle and gets all the way inside the 10. You're going to see the clock run. Hawley, tip your cap, 3 for 308 yards, 25 carries, like 250 plus yards. That's crazy. We hand off to Xavier Hart. It's 3rd and 2. You see the clock situation. Under 10 seconds. We settle up for a chip shot field goal, and it is good. 48-45, 5 seconds to go. We take the lead. We run the clock down. Really good looking drive here by SMU. Taking care of business. A win's a win. That's all you need. They fire over the middle. That one's dropped over by number 17. That would have been a big play. They got one shot here. Roberts looks, fires. That's not going to get to the end zone. That's not going to get anywhere near where Kansas State needs it to be. We celebrate. Our defense is happy. They have had a very long day, but they hold on for the victory. 48-45, SMU holds on for the win against 4-4 Kansas State, a game that came out of absolutely nowhere. We've been playing really good football up until here, and it just looked like we hadn't played in a while. Just a really interesting game here. Again, impact running back gave us a load of problems. You got to tip your cap. He's a great player. Brennan Hawley, I'm sure he'll have a future in the NFL as time goes on, but my goodness, that was not expected. Kind of makes you wonder how Trip to Manhattan's going to look next year. Here are the stats here. Kansas State, 471 yards, 293 rushing yards, 10 yards a rush. Probably the biggest difference in this game were the early turnovers. Just the fact that we were able to get on the board early quickly meant that the big rush that they had didn't totally kill us off. But yeah, being down by 17 and getting this thing tied up before half, that was major. The field goal that squeaked in there, that was a big deal as well. So everything mattered. The defense made enough plays. We had 3 receivers go over 125 yards. Hart had 3 touchdowns. Chisholm had 2. So we had 3 guys that we were really targeting in this game, and they did a great job. Whew, that was interesting. We survived. We moved to 9-0. And now we have our last major ranked opponent of the regular season coming into town, and that's Colorado. They're number 8 in the country. You know we have a history with them, especially in recruiting now. They got a couple of guys from us last year, and we're going to see those guys. And we're going to see Deion Sanders and the Buffaloes come to town. We'll see what they can do. So we go through the stats here. We're just admiring Brennan Hawley. 25 carries, 289 yards, 4 touchdowns, over 100 yards passing with another touchdown. They had 1 receiver. Like, it didn't matter. They only had 6 catches as a team. It didn't matter. Just a crazy game all around. Excited to survive it. Happy to survive it because we are still on track as the number 1 team in the country to make the national title if we take care of business. And that business continues next week with old Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Take care.